All right, now, as you can see, I appreciate you for tapping in, but you see what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a robe. And why am I wearing this robe? Because it's comfortable. And a lot of people don't think about comfort when they're in their homes. They just think about sweats, t-shirt, whatever the case may be. And then they go about their day. Nah, man, you're getting older. You're getting older and you actually need to look a little bit more put together. The same way that you are put together when you're going out is the same way that you need to be put together in your home. So, like as you can see, I have a Ralph Lauren robe. And you can always get something a little bit different. You can always get the Nautica, you can get the Ralph Lauren, you can even go up to the Versace if you want to. But I think that you need to make sure that you have a nice ensemble, because even with me having a Ralph Lauren's, also got the flip-flops as well. So I make sure I keep the flip-flops and things like that, or the house shoes, so that way I can make sure that I match it. And you shouldn't just have one, because let's just say if it gets damaged, what if it's funky and you actually got a good person that's supposed to be sliding through and you out here just with the funky robe and stuff like that? Nah, you gotta keep it smooth, gotta keep it playing. Let's look into some options. All right, now the black and red is always safe. As you can see, the black is always a good solid color, and then the red, always a great combination. So if you wanted to go for something that was safe, not having to deal with all the extra particulars, just in case if it gets dirty off of the first wear, stuff like that, black and red is definitely one of the safe ones. And then on top of the fact that you have house shoes and they have more longevity because it is black. The color black usually lasts a lot longer. Plus, this is a very comfortable type of plush robe. That's what you want to go for. Sometimes you can get a thin one, but you usually want to go for the plush type. That way, you know, especially when you get out of the shower, it feels so good. Now, as you can see, I have on now the godly white, the smooth white. This is usually what you will find in the hotel room. So do not be afraid to take the ones that's in your hotel rooms. If you just want to, you know, get something for the free or whatever you've already paid, go ahead and put that up in your bag. But if you want to just make sure that you got something that's of a certain specific brand, so that way you can have a certain quality level and things like that. Hey man, I'm telling you, Ralph Lauren does a very great job with these robes. Like I said before, the Nautica and things like that. Versace, you can always go with the different options, but this one right here, it just feels amazing. And then you also want to just make sure that you got the shoes to match as well, the house shoes. And as you can see, these ones have the white horse with the blue and everything like that, just as well as the blue horse is right here. So, you know, you try to keep it smooth, try to keep it crispy and clean. You want to make sure that you always keep it clean, keep it player. Now we're switching the style up a little bit, just a little bit though. We actually going to switch it up to, instead of the blue horse, we're going to make the whole robe blue and then change the horse to gold. That blue and gold always works, you know, so does maize and blue as well. Y'all see it back there. That University of Michigan, go blue all the way, maize and blue. But nevertheless, talking about this Ralph Lauren robe, and it is an amazing feel. Again, the plush, the quality. I'm telling you, you fresh out of a shower or anything like that, you put this on your skin after you done lotioned up and all that stuff like that, either gonna be ready to go to bed or go to the next level. Either one is up to you, but as long as you're comfortable in your house and you look comfortable in there, especially if you got somebody coming over there, you want to make sure that you look comfortable within your own house as well. And then the nice shoes to go with this. Got the tan and the blue, tan and the blues, like, well, some tannish brown gold, whatever the case may be. Couldn't find the actual one that was like matching specific to this one, so I had to improvise. And I knew that this blue, the blue horse with the brown, always matches with the navy blue and the gold and stuff like that, just as well as if you was rocking shoes. So this is definitely a great ensemble to have in your collection. Oh, y'all that's in relationships, what color does this look like? Even if you're not in a relationship, what colors look like? This is in the month of February. Happy Black History Month to everybody. But what also does February entail? It also entails Valentine's Day. And you want to usually have a red robe to accentuate the Valentine's Day, that passion of red love. So that was the main thing that I wanted to accomplish with this robe right here. This robe is more for the passion of love and love making. Okay, so this is during that point in time, the Valentine's Day robe, and just to make sure that I had something to go with that as well. Like I said, fellas, you got to make sure that you coordinate with your actual ensemble. If you got the robe, you want to make sure that you also got the shoes as well, the house shoes specifically. And as you can see, these are navy blue with the red, and you can see that this is a navy blue horse with the red robe. So this is something that you will want to have in your collection, or something that's similar. I'm not saying that you need to have each one of these, but at least like have one or two, sometimes I would say even three, just to have the differentials between options that you can always choose from. If you're feeling festive and a little bit more love making, all right, cool, you can go into this. If you just wanted to have something that was chill and relaxed, you can go into the black and red. If you wanted to have something that was just a little bit more put together, just kind of smooth, it just looks smooth, and you could probably throw the cologne on in as well, something that's a little smoother. Then the dark blue with the gold, that's a little bit more fine-tuned towards that. But again, let's expand it to a little bit more of a festive situation, or deeper into the holidays. And now, like I said, you got to get a little bit more festive. So we're going into Christmas time that just passed, and as you can see, got the black and red, the red and black lumberjack with the, instead of the hat to match like Biggie said, you got the shoes to match, the house shoes. Yes, it's the house shoes, baby. You got to make sure that you keep it. What my man say? You gotta coordinate. You gotta coordinate. Like off of my favorite movie, Boomerang, John Witherspoon, rest in peace. But again, baby, you gotta make sure that you stay consistent with the ensemble. You want to make sure that you're crispy. Always think about the crispiness. But this is just for more of the that winter time of Christmas going into the New Year's and stuff like that. So this is definitely something I usually rock around that point in time. But like I said, I like to stay festive. I like to give my options, and I like to explore every option that I have in my repertoire. So that's why I wanted to come to y'all and let y'all know I'm not done though. Let's keep exploring. Shout out to my future father and mother-in-law. They actually got me this one specifically, and because I do appreciate this one, this one actually has a hood. This isn't the plush type typically that you'll see, but this one I do love because it has that nice hood on it and stuff like that. So it's smooth. It's definitely good for the summertime when I don't want to have on something that's extremely plush and it's a little bit too warm to wear. So this definitely works during that summertime period. But just because I had to make sure, I still had to get the shoes to match. It's the house shoes, baby. You got to make sure that you got the house shoes. The house shoes always keep it consistent. I'm telling you, man, you cannot sit up here and just have one house shoes for everything that you got going on. You're gonna look goofy. All right, that's like having a pair of tan shoes for every option of multicolors that you wear. You can't, no, you don't want to do that. You always need to have something that's specific to the outfit, or at least something that can go beyond just that one outfit and stuff like that. So that was this one right here. So I wanted to give a ode to my future mother and father-in-law for their recognition of me loving robes and stuff like that, and them actually giving me something like this. So I appreciate them for that. Yeah, man, well, the main goal of this whole situation, because I wanted to show you this, I wanted to show you the plaid. This was the last one, right? And I also wanted to show you that it has a few different variations of how this can be put together. You can either use the brown house shoes, or you can also use the tan house shoes. I mean, not the tan, the gray ones. But either one is pretty much at your own discretion about how you want to go about them, things like that, and how you want to put things together, as long as you have the right combinations to put things together. And that's the main goal. The main goal is to make sure that you're put together, so that way when you do have those situations, like how I just had the date night fragrance, the top 5 designer date night fragrances, you also want to make sure that you are well put together when you have company in the home. You do not want to just come in and just be reckless or just seem a little out of order. You want to make sure that you look a little bit more put put together. Now, this can be perceived as, you know, old or whatever the case may be, or this can be perceived as, oh, this mug likes to be comfortable in their house. That's what I like to get from it, is that this is a level of comfortability that most people aren't trying to aspire for initially until they get older, and then they think about it like, dang, I should have had that when I was younger. So I'm just giving you the game ahead of time, because my pops always had a robe, multiple robes, and I had a robe when I was a kid growing up. And now that I'm an adult, I have a lot of robes as well. Same thing with colognes. When I was a kid growing up, I always loved colognes. I used to have, or get sometimes as a gift, I would get the 5-piece, and that included like the David off Kool water and stuff like that. Same thing with the robes. I had my own robe. I had the black and red robe, sort of like how the lumberjack robe is. And I had a couple other robes when I was a kid. So this is just something that I knew as a kid that you always wanted to be comfortable about. But I kind of lost that thought process when I was in my 20s and stuff like that, because I was feeling myself a little bit. But now that I'm a little bit older, I'm still feeling myself. But I just want to be put together as well as you. You want to be put together, so that way if you are about to, you know, score that winning home run or anything like that, you want to make sure that you leave the best impression, and that you seem that you have the most put together ensembles or put together outfits for nightwear. And that's the main thing, making sure that your nightwear is always on point. If your nightwear isn't on point, you can always still capitalize. You can still win. I'm not saying that you can't win, but the lasting impression of, all right, yeah, this person is a little bit more put together. You wake up, or, you know, if that person takes a shower over at your crib, that lady takes a shower at your crib, I mean, hey, at that point, you can always say, throw one of those robes or whatever the case may be. It's at your discretion how you want to go about it, right? There's a whole plethora of different ways you can use this to your benefit. And I'm just here to give you those options. So I appreciate you for tapping in with your favorite cousin, Kool Rich. Back in it, we ain't gonna say it, but I will say I appreciate you for the views on the first few videos. Also, the comments about, you know, not having to be nervous and things like that. I appreciate that love, man. That is real. That is so real. So I appreciate all the comments, all the support, all the love, all the adulation. Anything that y'all can contribute to this Kool Rich community, I would very much appreciate that, because I appreciate you. So you didn't have to take out the time to be here, but you did, and I appreciate that. So another time, another place, I got you covered with more advice and more information. And don't be afraid to link some information down, and also like, share, and subscribe, so that way we can keep building up this community. But I appreciate y'all once again. Peace.